We were popping. So the whole thing was that. And now next thing I know is I tell my man, we're all upset about it. We all thought, oh man, that would be cool. It'd be a good look for the situation. It'd be a good look for us. And lo and behold, the situation's got a show without the cast. I mean, you know, it's called like the Situation Show or whatever it was called. It was only 1 season long. Mikey Barslow's not in it, but it's basically what I suggested, and I'm left out in the cold.
Jersey, New Jerusalem.
Boxcar Productions, another smash.
My future's bright, nothing but clear skies. Barslow and Chain, who's down to fly?
And if you ain't with it, forget it. On to the next now.
Who's down to fly?
Let go.
Maybe it's a coincidence, but that email I sent his brother kind of said everything that I just said that I'm watching. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if dude... Now, here's the part about the whole story. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the situation knew or didn't know what his brother was up to. So, I don't know. That's what I will say. To let him off the hook a little bit. But what I do know is he knows the name. There's no way in our area he doesn't know my name. Mikey Barslow. There's no way he doesn't know my name. You know what I mean? Especially from the tweets, the emails, the whatever. But let's just call it what it is and say he don't know. All right? How can you forget promises you made people is my point, number one. And number two, I had your back. Number three, now the dude is going off to shoot Family Vacation. They got a revival, and it's a whole new thing where he's like this prophet and saintly guy that won over the people, and he's got to change your heart, and prison made him this transformed dude. Like look, man, like anybody knows. I mean, and I'm not an expert on it. I mean, I know about jail, you know, and we'll save that whole. I know about jail, but Fed time, when you're a celebrity, especially if you know the right people, it's not exactly, you know, hard and criminal time. It's not exactly like you was caught with some weed or some crack time. You know what I mean? You know, first of all, you know, even white collar crime is, you know, which is what he was, you know, I mean, it's light as it is, as far as time goes. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to do time, but if you're going to do time, do white collar Fed time. You know what I mean? But at least that's what I've been told by people who've been there and done it. But when you're a celebrity, it's a whole nother thing. Now, of course, you got to be away from family or whatever. But from what I hear, it wasn't exactly the hardest of time. So the stories he tells is kind of hinky at best, you know, to get the public opinion. Poor you, poor. And then he had his castmates falling in line. Oh, this poor guy, this, you know, whatever. Which was definitely brilliant marketing scheme. But when I was reaching out to him, to his PR people, to his wife, to him, all he had to do is himself say, I know what I told you in the office, fuck off. And I'd have fucked right off. You know what I mean? I just wanted him to look me in the face and say, I just say word is bond for the fuck of it. And I just tell people I'm going to help them that are sincere, good people, you know what I'm saying, just for the fuck of it. You know what I mean? And then I'd have been like, oh, okay, that's what... I just wanted to hear from him to give him... Before I started putting him on blast, I just wanted to know, what kind of person are you? And that told me. I was literally blocked from his Twitter and other shit because I was just, at first, just tweeting him like, yo, man, holla at me. You know, or check your DM. Or just whatever. I just wanted, because that's me. That's how I've always been since I was a little kid. I get in a beef with somebody. They're ready to fight. I'm like, let's talk about this. That's just the way I am. You know what I mean? I was like that for the longest time. You know, my man Sinner will tell you about that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We used to, when I wasn't a battle rapper, but I used to, you know, have some nice bars, you know, and we'd be battling, and I'd get in some people's asses, and they'd get upset about it. And then after the fact, they would pull the, you know, some people would pull the, you know what I'm saying? You got done in by a white dude. You know what I mean? And they'd say, all right. But then I knew, like, all the black history I knew, and I would speak and talk and whatever, you know, whatever the case. and the camp would say, all right, real knows real. And if it came to blows, I would do all that talking out of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Except for the one time, you know what I'm saying? My man got mad by Washington Square Park and put a gun in my face because we was kind of in a cipher. It turned into kind of like a battle kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? I got the best of him, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? He pulled out a gun, and my man Sinner, which says he don't remember it, but I remember it vividly. Sinner jumped in and said, look, man, I'm not, fuck all that rapping and battle shit. That's one thing. But you ain't gonna be pulling a gun on my people. And he stepped in between me and the dude and was gonna take a bullet for me. Real talk. So big up to Sinner, even though you can't see now and don't remember, possibly saving a life. You know what I'm saying? He's willing to take a bullet for me. But anyway, so that's what I'm saying with the situation. That's the whole story in a nutshell. I made it a lot longer than I had to be, but I just like closure with shit. You know what I mean? I don't do anything for clout, first and foremost. Nothing I do is for clout. Nothing. It's for facts and it's for hip hop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But so be it. He went on. He's a trillionaire. He's living still right over here, you know what I'm saying? And, got kids, God bless him, you know what I mean? I do say that to him and his wife. I God bless him on that little baby of his, cute little baby, you know what I mean? I wish we could have spoke, that's all I wanted, and it could have been a good look for him. I still say that. But, whatever, he could have been making that TV money and manager money, but, so that's that. Damn. That's all I can say is damn. But hopefully, which doesn't happen, I know. Hopefully this will take us and catapult us out there in the universe to be a drink champs, to be a people's party, to be all these shows that are out there that catch an eye and sponsorship, and especially from celebrity and superstars out there. And I know you've got, a bunch that support you. God bless them. Follow you on a lot of the social media. I know when you if I could just speak on this, I know when your accounts were hacked, which were hacked a couple times, you lost a lot of people along the way, which were a lot of big name celebrities. And I know you got the screenshots to prove it. You know what I mean? Which is a shame, in this day and age. But so many people lie, I've met them, you met them, you talk to somebody, you're telling some real shit, and somebody's like, yeah, well, just yesterday I had lunch with Diddy. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man, you didn't have lunch with Diddy. And unfortunately, in this day and age, if you don't got a picture of it, it didn't happen. But that being said, I got to say, damn, that's kind of fucked up. We are going to bring this full circle to It's a Wrap, the closing thoughts. What you would like to tell people, what you're hoping for. And I would like to just say one more thing in conclusion. Anything that we talked about will either be links in the description, links that you could find on Mikey Barslow's page, or if it's mentioned, just Google it, and and you'll see everything we're talking about. Because like I said, we're a bunch of broke asses just trying to do something for the people, and we'll keep it real. We stand behind that. A lot of times in this day and age, if I could quote you, it isn't popular to say I ain't got shit. Well, it ain't. It's not popular to say that, but let's be honest, people. A lot of you people out there should relate a lot more to a Mikey Barslow than a lot of these trap rapper trending listers that show you that pile of money, rubbing it in your face, but you will never have that. Nor do they ever get back to you. Nor do they care about you, most of them. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100 here. You know what I'm saying? You got people that care about you and is talking about the circumstances that you may find yourself in. Let's be honest. Most of us are broke asses. And by broke asses, I mean you don't have a Lamborghini. I mean, To me, and I'm sure to you, a lot of the broke ass, description comes with living check to check, living bill to bill. Yeah, you might have stuff, you know what I'm saying? You might have a nice house and a nice car, but you can't do nothing else because you're paying off that. I'm talking about you're not living that lifestyle, so you should relate to somebody that says, hey, I'm broke as hell, but I'm still supporting you. I reply to you, I follow you, and I always will, which is what Mikey Barslow and some other artists are saying, and support an artist like that. You know what I'm saying? That once they get superstar status, and a lot of you people, I've seen them, I know about them, the emails, the DMs, the whatever, what their songs meant to you, saving your life, relating to, whatever, they are thanking you. So that's my thought. Like, support the artists that you can see are supporting you. And for the artists out there, no. You're not out there begging and pleading with people to support you, especially other artists. This is the artist code, and Mikey Barslow touched on it earlier. I'm going to touch on it now. You artists out there, support is everything. In this day and age, for the most part, there's that percentage that gets lucky and gets added to the trending list and you're off and running. But let's be honest, most of you are very talented. You up and coming artists got to support each other. That's how you're going to get where you need to get. Yes, the people will pick up. Your hometown people, although they may love you once you blow up, let's keep it 100. Like, once upon a time I heard a story, I think you told me to it, Mikey Barslow was presented with a record deal. We're not going to discuss that record deal, but one of the things, actually you touched on it. We're going to go back into that then. Like he said, you know what I'm saying? It was asked, can you sell out the biggest arena in your area? If you can, you're signed right now and we're going to put 10 racks in your pocket. So artists support artists, and viewers and listeners and supporters, I'm not telling you who to like or who not to like, but if you can't understand the lyrics, if you can't really relate to the lyrics, or they're the same old lyrics, how many times can you relate to them? But if it's not your life, if they're not living how you're living, I know it's good to paint a picture like, I want to be living like that. I love this dude because he came up from this and now he's this. That's an inspiring story. But what they're talking about is not how you living now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say to you in conclusion, wrapping it up. But as far as what you've got to say, I've said my piece, because this is a long time coming. Let me close up my teleprompter because we're done here. Boom. It's a wrap. What are your closing thoughts? We aren't, no disrespect. We're trying to do this just to give you knowledge and good stories, and for all those people that, that I am, one of your top artists that you like to listen to, or for the people that, I got agita during the breaks. I drank a bunch of Sprite, my top preference in colas, and I'm like kind of burping, whatever. But anyway, as far as wrapping it up, I said everything there is to say. As far as there ain't nothing much to wrap up, and I'm sorry that it took so long. Obviously, now it's getting toward dark, and just to let you know what happened behind the scenes is, as we're recording this, you can't see what's being filmed. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be 100. We are, recording this dolo. You know what I mean? We're just trying to present, because to wait for other people to get off work or whatever, like I said, we're not blessed like some people are blessed. And when you're not blessed, you got to do what you got to do. And a lot of people out there that are broke asses or deferred their dream or still shooting for their dream, you get it. You do what you got to do. And in doing that, to not, push this off any further and get somebody to help film this, we're just doing this dolo. So, we're going on telling great stories and covering every detail, and just to find out that the camera shut off 20 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Or 15 minutes ago. So then we got to go and redo it. And then it shuts off in 10 minutes. Now we got to go and redo it. It's just, you know, it's frustrating when you just can't be fresh and talk about something. You've got to constantly redo something.